So Activity 5.5 is making a number of new parts using some new techniques that we haven't used before. We're going to start out learning how to use revolutions to make some different parts. So this is a rubber handle sleeve for a button maker. You can see it has a little hole in the end and then a larger diameter in this part. And so what we're going to do is create a new part, and then we're going to draw a profile for one side of this kind of L shape, and then we're going to revolve it around the center to make the solid. And then finally, we'll add the quarter-inch round on the outside. So the first thing we want to do is create a new part in Fusion, and I'm going to save that. Make sure it saves in my practice file here, and I'm going to call it, like it says at the bottom, rubber handle sleeve. And so I'll save that and I'll create a sketch. And it doesn't matter again which of these that you sketch on. But the first thing that I want to do is remember I'm going to use the one of the axes or some line I need to revolve around. Um, and so I'm going to want to make sure that I have that set the right distance above it. And one way would be to start with that revolution being right on axes. Another way would be just to sketch this and put that line up above. So I think I'm going to try that this time. Basically, it's a L shape, so I'm going to draw two rectangles, kind of like that. And then I'm going to draw another line up here. And I like to turn on construction line because this is not going to be an actual object line, so I'm just going to use the construction line tool here. And so there's the shape that I need for my L, just drawing two rectangles. Now I need to add some dimensions. So the first dimension I can see is that there's this represents the opening at the end. This says it's a diameter of 0.1875. So to find the radius, I needed to divide that by 2. So the way I'm going to do that is dimension, click the center, and then just type in 0.1875 and then /2. It'll do the math for me. And this is going to be the opening at the end. Next, I can see that there's a 0.25 for the thickness of the handle part. So the distance between these two is going to be 0.25. Um, on this end, it's 0.156. So here to here, 0.156. And then I just have a couple things left. The overall outside diameter of the entire handle is 1.375. That's a outer diameter, so I'm going to need to divide that by 2 to get the radius. So 1.375 from the center. 1.375, divide that by 2. And notice that everything is turned black here except for the end here. The entire handle is 4.469. And so now everything's black, everything's fully constrained. I can stop my sketch. And this time I'm going to choose revolve, which is something that we haven't done a whole lot of. So if I revolve, it wants to know two things. It wants the profile, and the profile is going to be the entire L section. Then it wants to know the axis of rotation, which is my center right here. And so if I click OK, you can see I have my sleeve. It does have the hole inside here. You can look right down the center and see that hole. And the last step is to put the 1/4 inch round on both ends of the handle. So right here in modify, there's our fillet tool. You can click right there, 0.25. You can click on the other end and, oops, I missed that. This end, 0.25. And there we go. We have the handle all all created. And so I'll save it again.